it's ready to zone the ticket to the south east. Can we talk about this?
Well, I cannot speak for the APC. I'm not a member of the APC.
Let's talk about the defectors from your party.
But people have always defected from one party to another in this country, and again, that's part of the challenges of our democracy. We seem not to have matured enough to run it the way it should be run. For instance, when a man stands for an election and he is voted for, his picture will not even be on the ballot. It is the picture of his party that will be on the ballot. In other words, the vote is for the party, not just for the candidate. Or at best, is both for the candidate and for the party, not for the candidate alone. Unfortunately, when our leaders get elected, they feel the mandate belongs to them and they can move with it wherever they want to go. I think that is fundamentally wrong, and we need to do something about our laws. Of course, there is a Supreme Court judgment to that effect. You know, when Honorable Abena decamped from Labour Party then to the PDP, or to the APC or so, ACN, whatever. Labour Party went to court, and the Supreme Court said Abena would lose that seat, and he did. He lost that seat at the Supreme Court. So in other words, our law envisages the fact that the mandate belongs to the person and the party. And in a way, it belongs to the party more. So we have precedent in this case that if you are crossing from one party where you were elected to another party, then you should drop the mandate of that party. That is the way it should be. But unfortunately, because most often the ruling party is the beneficiary of such moves, they accommodate it, they keep quiet on it, they gain from it, they leverage on it, and they gain from it. So it is not the best thing to do. So then people always cross from one party to another for various reasons, from the reasonable to the mundane.
Okay.
For instance, the man that just decamped from PDP to APC in Ebonyi State, the governor, for me, he appears funny. He sounds funny. That because of injustice meted to the Southeast in the PDP. Are you kidding me? The same PDP that gave the Senate seat to the Southeast for about 16 years, uninterrupted, of 12 years uninterrupted. The same party that made you governor, that made you chairman of the party. The same party that has considered so much to the Southeast. The same party that picked an Igbo man as a running mate to its candidate in 2019. What manner of injustice are you talking about? The man was just looking for something to say. So people can cook up reasons and excuses for leaving the party. If you are a politician that knows his onions, that is worth his onions, why don't you decamp from, for instance, from PDP and go to an unknown party? Why must you go to the ruling party? It's all, mostly, it's a function of greed. It's a function of greed. I can say that anywhere and I can defend it. If you say your party is not doing well, you want to decamp, go to an unknown party and build it. Why must you go to the ruling party if it is not for greed? So people will always move. It's not new. People have been moving from one party to another. They are moving now, and they will still move. And some are coming to the PDP as well. So for me, it's nothing unusual. It's nothing unusual.
All right. Before we open our phone lines for you to react to this issue on zoning, in your own opinion, how do you think each zone will have a sense of belonging and make sure every Nigerian have a sense of belonging as well?
Like I said, but for the emotional attachment we have to all these things, it really does not matter where the key players come from, ordinarily. But the reality of our country now is that it does matter. It matters. So, because we have emotional attachment to it, oh, okay, an Igbo man, even if you don't get to see the Igbo man for the 4 years, but because he's just an able man, you are satisfied. It doesn't make sense, but that is the reality of our moment. To have a sense of belonging does not mean that your kinsman has to be there. Having a sense of belonging, for me, implies that you have good government, you have dividends of democracy, you can see it, you can